Hi everyone!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Hope you all have had a fantastic start to the year. Or maybe, let's see. Let's not put any pressure.
It's too early to say.
I know. Yeah. So, New Year special.
Ooh. What are we drinking today?
I don't know, you tell me. I should be asking you this. You picked this out like...
It's a very fruity rosé because I felt like we needed something light and breezy, which is easy. Didn't mean it to rhyme, but it did. For this New Year episode. So, let's cheers to the New Year, 2025.
Yes. Hi, I'm Nikita.
Hi, I'm Pooja.
And welcome to
Let's Pour and Ponder. This is 2025.
Woohoo.
I can't believe I'm saying that. How did this year go past so quickly? Like 2024, what just happened? It felt like we blinked and it just went past.
To you, maybe. For me, only the last 4 months have gone by very quickly. But the first 8 months of the year have dragged. And we already spoke about this in the Christmas episode. So I won't bore the audience again with that. So, yeah, it has. Are you the kind of person who attaches a lot of importance to new beginnings and fresh starts? Do they mean a lot to you?
They do in some sense, but not specifically for a new year. You know?
Really?
Yeah. You can begin something in the middle of the year anytime you want, really. New beginnings can happen anytime. So
every Monday is a new beginning for me. Every first of the month is a new beginning for me. So I have multiple new beginnings.
Yeah, exactly.
But so in that sense, not just the new year, but a fresh something like a fresh new start. Notebook or a new week. Does that bring a ray of hope in you that, you know, this is a clean slate, so to speak, and maybe we can do things differently, or maybe it's a good time to start something like this new moon that we have today?
But this is cool, right? We are recording on a new moon, and it's one of those manifestation ones, isn't it?
I think it's called a super black moon. Yeah, so this is like the second new moon in the month of November. It's the last day of November. Actually, technically, in about 4 minutes, it'll be December. So we are recording this across 2 months, Pooja. This episode took 2 months to shoot. Yeah, but I'm just being silly like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, many people, okay, and to a large extent, me also, maybe until last year, I don't know what I'll be like this year, but many people see a new year as a new beginning, and new year, new me seems to be like a very popular concept.
Yeah.
Which seems like a very good idea to modify a few things. I wouldn't say change, but improve on certain things about yourself. But how realistic is it according to you? And what are your plans for yourself, whether it is self-development, work, exploring new things creatively? Have you made any plans or targets or resolutions for this new year? What is your approach?
In short, no.
Okay.
Because I feel like whoever sticks to a new year resolution past maybe like 2 weeks, or maybe if you're very good, then maybe like until the 1st of February. So I feel like resolutions as such are so broad, like, you know, just like, and sometimes unrealistic as well. Like I could have a resolution saying, I'm gonna work out a lot this year. But I feel like maybe having goals would be a bit more realistic and like target orientated in some way, because then at least if you have like a goal, maybe let's say I'm gonna do 10,000 steps a day, So that's achievable, even though it is hard. But yeah, that's something that you can measure yourself against. Whereas resolutions just feel like something up in the air. People just say, and maybe a lot of people do achieve those resolutions throughout the years. But
maybe we
personally,
don't know those kind of people. Maybe in our circle we are all
truly, but
the kinds who just like take it as it goes and like they're not very motivated probably.
I mean, New Year, New Me is a funny concept, because why can't you have a new you every other month? If you're really determined and if you want it to be a new change in yourself, like emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever, can happen anytime. Which is why I just feel like New Year, New Me. No, thank you.
I feel sometimes these changes are forced upon us through happening of events on their own.
Yeah.
Most of the major life changes that happen to us, where there is a transformation large enough for others to notice, I think those happen when there are significant events happening in our life, mostly out of our control, that impact us in such a way that we feel like we need to change something. That is when the true motivation comes, and irrespective of what day of the year it is, we start and then we keep going until we are happy where we are. Because most people, if they are celebrating their new year like this, the first day of the year might have a very hungover start. And if you believe in that Indian saying that says whatever you do on the first day of the year, that's how the rest of the year will go. Unrealistic. Again, it's now that you're older, it sounds silly the minute you say it, but might be hungover for the rest of the year. Some people would be happy to hear that, but
it's a good start, eh?
Yeah. Exactly, for some people, not for everyone.
I guess we're starting the same way.
But we won't be hungover.
We won't be.
We drink responsibly.
Yeah.
What? Why was that? Yeah, why course. Was there? It was loaded with doubt, Pooja. What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay. You still seem unsure. No.
Yeah. So
what has been a time in your life when you made a significant change, and what was it? Was there any goal or resolution that you made and you stuck to until you achieved it? Not for the rest of the year, but whatever. Do you have a nice anecdote to share? I don't think
it was at the start of an year, which is why I'm more like New Year, New Me sounds just like a statement that everybody makes, and then you just go with it. And some people really feel pressurized about, oh my god, it's New Year and now we need to make resolutions, now we need to, like, those kind of things. But for me, if I try to think back, one thing that stood out was the story I've already shared, which was about losing weight and how excited I got when I started seeing results, and I really, really stuck to it. Which felt like, yes, I was achieving the goal, because I then became like my goal weight. And
you didn't start that on a new year?
I didn't.
Okay.
I started it in the middle of the year sometime. So that was one. The other one was a few years ago when I felt like I needed a change in my career. And changing a job is always one of those things where you feel like, oh, I'm comfortable where I am. I already have
I have never done that, so I wouldn't know.
But the listeners would know. Yeah. A lot of them would know that, it just feels like, I'm already comfortable where I am. I know I need more money, or I need
get that feeling,
to do something else. This doesn't feel like my calling. And I had that feeling for almost a year. I was just literally trying to avoid it. But then I think after the pandemic, it just felt like, no, this is not me. And I need to change my job. So I started looking and I had this goal in my mind that I should be working in the marketing industry, where in social media, something related to social media and things like that, professionally, so that I can learn and grow, and B, I can then find out what exactly within this field is, you know, for me and what I want to do. So I feel like I got to that stage slowly, but had I not just pushed myself, even though it took me a year to actually start applying for jobs and things like that, had I not pushed myself and set those goals and intentions, I wouldn't have done it. I probably would have still been in my old job. So yeah, so I think it's just taking small steps. Having, I just like to think of it as something that you can check on a checklist. So if a goal is realistic, you write it down and you can check it off your checklist. If it's checklistable or checkable, then it's realistic and it can work. No?
Yeah, maybe. Because my experience has always been that I am the most positive person at the start of something. Okay. The natural rush of dopamine and optimism is very high in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's very easy for me to push the first few days. But my goals also, even when I make them, they are not very realistic, because no matter how much I plan, I somehow forget. Maybe it's a cloud that, the positivity cloud that doesn't make me see the realistic aspect of it. That there are very normal things that can happen. Like, say, for example, you need a rest day once in a while if you're working out.
Yeah,
you don't need to do it 7 days a week. It's okay to start with 4, maybe 5 days a week. Or even 3. Better than 0, right? But no, I either go all in, full power, or nothing. No exercise at all. That's one of the goals. I think reading is something I have stuck with. It's easier because I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, but that is also with life and mommy duties and everything that's taken a hit in the past few years. But I think a good hack that I naturally, accidentally actually stumbled into was starting something way before New Year and easing into it, so that by the time the new year is around, it's actually become a part of your daily routine. So I started my skincare because I realized after coming here that there was suddenly the weather was different, right? So my skin was naturally without doing anything the way it was in India, it was trying to dry up. And it was not the same here. Yeah. So I realized that, okay, maybe I'm also getting older now. It's time to start taking care of my skin now, and maybe not let it get so bad that I have to do some serious damage control. So start small. So I started with a very simple cleanser, toner, moisturizer routine. I bought a very ordinary Sainsbury ka day and night cream, the face cream. And I started with that, and I started seeing results. And I did it very enthusiastically, okay, because it smelled good and everything. Then slowly I added a hand cream into the routine. And then once I started getting my nails done, I added a cuticle oil because my nail technician suggested that my hands were also very dry. I don't do that very often. Yeah. And now it's not like I do my skincare every day, but I do it when I remember. Every time I open my nightstand, I can see those creams, so it's a reminder. And sometimes for me, those reminders are annoying, so I'll just push them away. But I've kept them, and whenever I get a chance and I'm not in a rush, I do it. So I'm not doing it every day, but 50% also is a better
than what you were doing last
0.
year. So yeah. So what do you think would be like one of your goals? I guess we're discounting resolutions because it doesn't work for us. But what do you think would be a goal for you this year?
This year, seriously, I'm planning to, I want to work on my physical health. Because I feel like the 1 month that I did exercise in January last year, I actually had a little bit of burst of energy. So while I don't enjoy exercising, I could see a difference in my mood and the way I was.
Yeah.
I will probably do those stretchy somatic yoga exercises which don't feel like, oh God, it's so tiring.
They can be tiring though.
Yeah, they can be, but it's not like you're stretching and it's relaxing to do.
Yeah.
And I saw results. Maybe it won't be as quick as normal workout with weights and all of that, but slow and steady, I guess. Some changes.
So, but I feel like weights wouldn't work with every body type, or what everybody, the kind of exercise routine that you might need might not work on me, or might work for me but might not work for you. So
I'm not sure on the science of this, but just cardio without weights, without muscle training. I will probably link a reel that one of my friends who's also a nutritionist made, that just cardio without weight training makes it easier to gain all the weight back quickly the minute you stop. So while you're losing fat, you also need to convert it to muscle, which helps in metabolism also in some way. Like I said, I may be wrong because some goes over my head. So I will just trust what a qualified professional tells me, and I will follow that. Yeah. What about you? What is yours for 2025?
I think I want to set, and I'm saying it out loud, so then I have to do it. But I've been like going back and forth in my head about working out.
Same.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? Okay.
Same thing, but I want to set a realistic timeline for myself. So I want to make sure that I, maybe like 4 months down the line or something, I should be able to lose, or I would have at least dropped 1 size down. That's my goal. And which feels achievable because I've done it before. But I just don't know what's happened, but I just seem to like my food a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
Indian food, as you all know, is full of carbs, and we are so used to having a second serving.
Yeah. Or cow.
Lelo. And it's like nobody's saying lelo here. But my mind is saying और एक roti, अरे और थोड़ा सा चावल, like. So I need to stop doing that. And maybe I really cannot survive on just salads and soups. I won't be doing any of that, which is not what I did last time as well. So I was still eating all the Indian food, just the portions were smaller. So I need to now start training my body a little bit, and maybe reduce from, if I eat like 3, then come to 2 rotis.
Yeah, I think portion control does wonders.
And just maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe eating quite slowly, so that at least I can feel like, okay, I'm taking longer, I'm eating, and something to trick my mind or something like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I'm saying it out loud that I want to give myself 4 months from now.
What about the rest of the year then?
You just have to work on maintaining it.
Yeah. See, for me, ho gaya na. Now it's done. You achieved it.
Done.
You don't have to do it anymore.
No, so that's what happened, right? I did it last time. I lost about 10 kilos. Okay. In a span of like 6 months or something.
Ooh.
Dropped 2 or 2.5 dress sizes. But now I'm coming to a point where I'm going back up a size, and I feel like, no, that's not gonna work. When I had to buy that jeans 1 size larger,
Recently.
it was like a wake up call. So I think I'm gonna work harder this year.
I remember in those days of Facebook statuses, I remember the time also because it was November 2015, 9 years ago, when we were going on a Diwali trip to my husband's brother's house in Bangalore. I was shopping for Diwali clothes in Globus. You remember Globus?
I love Globus.
Yeah.
Is it still there? Sorry, side note. Okay.
I haven't shopped in a store since the pandemic. It's only been online shopping.
Oh.
And this was Globus in Orbit Mall, Vashi. Ground floor. And I realized that I don't fit into medium anymore. I don't know if I went to large or not extra large, maybe large. And I was like, oh, this was even before I got pregnant, like just months before. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that's how I realized that my body has changed, because I wasn't fitting into my regular clothes as well. But this, when you had to buy a bigger size, I was like, oh God, something. Anyway, but fun fact, while we are talking about our body weight and health goals and all of that, we have already shot an episode where we talk about how healthy it is to view our body this way, and whether it is body positive friendly to speak this way about our body, and what that does.
You're
for
not saying
your
we hate ourselves or hate our bodies.
I'm not giving that away. I'm not giving that. That's what we talk about in the episode. So we shot it way back in July, and because it was a fun episode, we ideally wanted to release it before the year ended, but we are doing a picnic, and we want you to feel like you can also have a picnic when the episode is out. So maybe look out for it sometime in spring, early summer, late spring, maybe mid to late spring.
This is a wrap.
And
thank you so much for listening to us and watching us on Spotify and YouTube. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and our podcast. And also, please do email us with anything you want to say, or any stories you might have that you want to share.
Leave a comment if you're okay with letting it be known
leave
publicly.
A comment.
Otherwise, an email is fine.
If you want it to be anonymous, just email us. And please, please, please leave us feedback. We are really happy to receive it. And work on whatever we can work on.
That we'll be happy to receive all kinds of feedback.
No, but still, like we can always listen to what people have to say.
Man.
And work on what we can work on. That's all.
Maybe 1:30 a.m. my jokes are not funny.
And so many glasses of wine. So I did top it up. You didn't realize it.
Yeah.
So just want to say Happy New Year. And
as a summary of this episode, it's great to have goals, but don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself enough breaks. Keep the goals realistic, practical, and
if you don't fulfill them, it's absolutely fine.
It's good to push yourself, but you should know when you're pushing yourself too hard also. You should know when to stop.
Yeah, definitely.
So have a great rest of the year. We hope most of your dreams come true, if not all. And work hard, because dreams don't just come true by magic. We wish they did, but I don't think that happens all the time.
So see ya. Bye.
See you next time. Bye.